ambulance service. Is the patient breathing?
Can't see any at the moment.
Is he breathing?
His arm. And he's dead.
Sweetheart, is he breathing?
Yes, at the moment, yes.
What's happened?
What?
What's happened?
Oh, he tried to get up the roof, onto the roof, and the ladder fell.
And he's fallen off a ladder?
Yeah. He's hit his head.
And he landed on his head?
He's actually landed on his head and his arm.
OK, we're coming as quick as we can, OK?
All it says on the notes, fallen from the top of the ladder from the height of the guttering at a house, but is conscious at the moment, complaining of head pain and unable to feel or move an arm.
6-2 en route.
A fall from height resulting in head trauma has the potential to leave a patient with life-changing injuries.
A 55-year-old male, can't feel one arm, nausea and dizzy, in the back garden, and he's landed on concrete.
An ambulance has been dispatched, and the advanced critical care skills of Richard and Alistair are also urgently needed.
So 55 is where we're starting to have some concerns with age, but the injury, there's big potential if he's fallen on concrete. He's already reported as having a head injury, so again, there's potential for that to develop and become far worse quite quickly. We're obviously going to have some concern over his spine with that height of fall, so he's likely to end up immobilised and then conveyed to hospital, where he really needs CT scans to see what damage he's got underlying.
When Richard and Alistair arrive, the ambulance crew are treating the man. Retired glazier John was fixing the guttering on his house when he fell onto concrete, hitting his head and arm in the fall. With the potential for spinal injury and head trauma, John needs urgent treatment.
We'll sort out some pain relief in a bit, okay? Sharp scratch now, all right?
We managed to get a blood pressure on him, yes or no? No, all right. I would say that lower arm is slightly deformed, isn't it, I think?
Can you see okay? Don't look around, don't move your head, just have a look around. Yeah? Any blurred vision or anything?
You'd start off with
Before giving John any specialist pain relief, Alistair wants to establish whether a medical condition could have caused the fall.
And do you remember falling off this ladder? Yeah, that's all right. I'm just trying to rule out you having a medical event, basically, like somebody going dizzy or something.
Alistair now needs to be certain there are no life-threatening injuries, so checks to see if he has any abnormal sensation or movement that would indicate a spinal injury.
I can't feel my fingers.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Can you squeeze or not? No, you can't. Oh, that's okay.
John, remember, mate, try and keep the head as still as you can for us, okay? Oh no, mate. But just try and keep it as still as you can, all right? Now lifting it up, because as well as that arm, you've got a bit of an head injury as well, and you've come from some height as well, haven't you?
Having assessed John, Alistair can now start to get his pain under control.
Right. Have some morphine.
We're going to get you some pain relief now, buddy, okay?
Well, let's give him at least 5 over a couple of minutes. So do a couple and then another couple more. So it's probably going to take quite a bit of morphine to get on top of this, isn't it?
The critical care team must get John to hospital for an urgent CT scan of his head and arm. But despite the morphine and paracetamol,
Just going to straighten you on, my friend, I'm sorry.
John is still in too much pain to be moved.
Okay. All right. No.
So we're just giving him some pain relief. This is paracetamol. He's had some morphine.
As well as a likely broken arm, John also had a head injury. Alistair and Rich want to get him to hospital where he can be scanned. First, though, they need to get his pain under control.
How's your pain doing? Have we got on top of it or not, or is it still hurting? Okay. All right. Okay. Scale of 1 to 10, what is it? 0's nothing, 10's agony. Where are you? 10 at the moment. Okay.
Even after multiple doses of painkillers, including morphine and Entonox, John is still in agony.
OK, I might do something a bit stronger, mate. He's had 10 of morphine, 1 of paracetamol, and we're still at a pain score of 9.
It's going to take a bit of time for the
morph
to
to
kick
kick
in.
in. A little squidge of something stronger like ket wouldn't actually hurt, would it? So, John, I'm going to give you some ketamine in a second, which is quite a strong drug. And then I'm going to give you a small amount, just enough for us to be able to move you, hopefully without you knowing what's going on.
Although it's a highly effective painkiller, ketamine can also have side effects, including hallucinations. So Rich warns John's anxious family, who are watching on.
So it looks like it's just his arm at the moment. He's talking to us and communicating normally, so that's a good sign. Going to give him some ketamine.
Try. Do you want to hold that over his face? Nice deep breaths for a minute, John.
Deep breath, John.
Deep breaths.
Just like that. Brilliant.
That's all right. That's the drugs that we've given to you.
Okay.
Just going to roll you over in a second, John, and get you off to hospital. So let's start working around, getting a scoop in.
With the ketamine taking effect, Alistair and Rich prepare to move John onto the scoop.
All right, John.
Ah!
All right.
Ah!
So I've got hold of his waist, I've got hold of his upper arm here.
Oh, man.
That's in. Okay.
I felt that.
You felt that, did you?
When the ketamine wears off, John will remember the fall, but not the pain.
What's going on?
They're just popping you on a stretcher, John. You're all right, chap. You're all right.
Stop it.
How are we then, everybody?
We're going head first.
Head first. Okay.
Just watch those slabs because they're wobbly.
Okay, all right. Everybody happy with the backs? Yeah. Okay. Right. Ready, steady. Lift.
In case there are any side effects from the ketamine, the critical care team will continue to monitor John on the journey to hospital. He will need an X-ray to check for any broken bones and a CT scan to assess his head injury.
This is my house.
It is your house. Watch the elbow. Yeah, I've got it.
Ambulance service, is the patient breathing?
Is he breathing? He's not. He doesn't like to breathe in.
Yeah, he's not breathing.
They're having to assist his breathing, otherwise he stops breathing.
So what happened?
He basically went over the handlebars on his mountain bike. He's landed on his head, his face.
Landed on his head, okay. Is he conscious?
He's not conscious, no.
Okay. We're coming as quickly as we can.
With the man unconscious and struggling to breathe, this is a Category 1 emergency, the highest priority.
No, go ahead.
An ambulance, the air ambulance, and the critical care team have been dispatched.
Thank you. I see John came through as a 37-year-old male. He's a mountain biker. He's gone up onto a jump, gone over the handlebars and landed on his head. His GCS picked up slightly. He was very agitated. Colette and Katie responded to a medic page and they are on to with the patient.
The injured man is in a remote forest location. 2 critical care doctors, who also volunteer for the Mercier Accident Response Service, have also gone to help.
There's a patient who sounds like they require an anaesthetic down in the Hereford area, and 2 of the doctors that actually work for us are down there at the moment and responding to it in their own car. So they'll initiate the treatment and probably give the anaesthetic, but obviously the patient then needs to be transferred up to Birmingham to QE. See where it is, because it often down there is close to fly to Bristol.
A serious traumatic head injury could cause anything from a fractured skull and seizures to a life-threatening bleed on the brain, requiring immediate emergency surgery.
All clear ahead and taking off.
So Helimed 06 from Cosford has also been scrambled.
Who's on 6 today, out of interest?
Jules and Becky.
Got my FFP3 mask and helmet, which I happen to have with me. Then in theory, I could jump on and fly the patient with the 6 crew.
Brilliant, that's great, thank you.
Dr. Richard and Kerry are now only a few minutes away, but fast A roads have been replaced by narrow country lanes.
Here we go. Take it steady down here then. It really is in the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
It's right next to a big kind of wood. Obviously, it's been mountain bike and there's been some trails out here. There we are. Hi, Delta 98 on scene, over.
When they arrive, an ambulance crew and the Helimed team are already on scene treating the patient, along with critical care doctor Katie White.
The injury's top to toe. He's got obvious head injury, facial injury. He's got bruising around both eyes and laceration across his chin, query fracture of mandible. No obvious chest injuries. His GCS pre-RSI was 12, but very agitated with it.
Okay, I'm just writing it down here. Great.
The mountain biker was in a very agitated state, which indicates he may have a serious brain injury. He's now been put into an induced coma to prevent further damage to his brain.
So I'm going to jump on the aircraft and fly the patient, because I've told him we work on the aircraft. That just means we can get him to hospital quicker, get the treatment he needs, basically.
Right, are we in?
He was wearing a helmet, but it split in two on impact. He's been put into an induced coma to reduce swelling in his brain and prevent a potentially fatal bleed.
How long have we got before we take off? 9:10, was it?
Because he can't breathe for himself, Dr. Richard will travel with him to manage his breathing.
Is that the last of your monitor now? Right, and then we just get the oxygen switched over. So from the oxygen cylinder into the wall.
Richard Brown, I'm one of the consultants on the Midlands Air Ambulance.
Before they take off, Dr. Richard provides the hospital trauma team with an update on the patient's condition.
We're bringing you a trauma patient by air, each air approximately 25 minutes from now. It's a 37-year-old male who's come off his mountain bike at about 6:30 and was witnessed to be unconscious. He's got SATs in the high 90s, about 98 at the moment. Blood pressure's 136/82. When we take off, it's 16 minutes, but it'll probably take about 5-10 minutes before we're ready to lift, so approximately 25.
Kerry gives a final handover update as she won't be travelling in the helicopter.
Right, sorted. So he's on the monitor, oxygen's on, fluids are hanging, I'm not sure, they're not running. Pump is running, all good. BVM's there in case you need it, and the oxygen cylinder's onto the red. He's all connected, oxygen's on, fluids are up, all his numbers look good.
I'm happy if you are, yeah.
Even on blue light, the journey by road to Bristol South Meads Hospital would take well over an hour. By air, Dr. Richard and the team will cover the 60 miles in just 30 minutes.
Hi, police. How can I help?
I don't know, what are the stabbing?
Do you know if it's a male or a female patient that's been stabbed, sorry?
A male.
Was it a male adult?
Yes.
And what details do we have about what's going on then, please?
So all we know is that someone's been stabbed, everybody's shouting, and we've got no further details.
Help has been arranged, OK? Can I just check, do we know the attacker's still on scene?
We've got no other details.
Within minutes, there are multiple 999 calls and reports of a number of stabbings. Dr. Adam and Kerry are immediately dispatched.
My Delta 98.
It's a serious incident that calls on the resources of both the ambulance service and police armed response units.
We're on channel 8181, please, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. We'll change to channel 8181, and we're probably around 10 minutes out of it.
With reports that at least one person has been stabbed, Dr. Adam and Kerry's life-saving skills will be crucial.
There's going to be police all over this and firearms.
White Delta 98 on channel, over.
Yeah, in view of the fact we're unknown and thinking it might be quite major, firearms are in attendance at the location doing a search. At this moment in time, there are no reported casualties being found. However, they have been made aware that there are potentially 2 that have been stabbed in pursuit.
Armed police are on scene. They've had reports of 2 people injured. They haven't come across them yet. We're going to a rendezvous point slightly away from the scene, which is where the ambulance crew and other police are meeting, and then we'll be directed from there.
As there are reports of multiple stabbings and it's not clear if the attackers are still on scene, the medical teams head for a meeting point until police have secured the area.
Tango 4, do you want to continue over?
Yeah, if they could, just until we get a bit more intelligence on what the police side of the scene of it.
Understood, thank you.
HART is the Hazardous Area Response Team. Paramedics trained to provide medical care in the most dangerous situations.
It's already quite congested. If we have to just hold off in the corner so we haven't taken any patients.
9-8, we're on scene.
Yeah, we've liaised with 2 firearms on scene. No sign of any patients so far.
Armed police officers and several teams of doctors and specialist paramedics have all been sent to the location.
We'll just take bag 1 for now, I think,
absolutely.
and seeing as they haven't found anything.
Kerry and Dr. Adam receive an update from the Tactical Incident Commander.
Had a good search of the area. We've had no calls. They've searched
it was a hoax.
at the location and around the location. There's been no reports of any patients or any nobodies flagging themselves. So I think from our point of view, we're going to stand down.
Sound?
Too good?
Once we can get out.
Cheers, mate.
With no sign of any victims, the crews are stood down. But the police and armed officers will continue the search, despite the belief it's a hoax call.
Down all resources, no patients found. Police are going to recontact if they find anybody else.
Please understood, thank you, standing you down.
In the past 5 years, West Midlands Ambulance Service have received over 5,500 hoax calls.
So I think it's a hoax job.
Hoax, I think.
Yeah, so we're standing down.
All these
police,
resources for nothing?
Yeah.
Like the
Police are
Paramedics
going to carry on just looking potentially, but obviously we can't tap all the ambulance resources when we're very busy.
Every single hoax ties up vital resources and puts lives at risk.
They had 6 cars there, the police, because obviously they have to take it very seriously.
Well, to be fair, it sounded like it was something when we first left base. You're driving your blue light through the streets and all for someone who's probably sitting in a room giggling and feeling really proud of themselves.
Ambulance service, is the patient breathing? Well, I think she's fine. She's suffering from blue. Is she awake? No, she's not conscious. Is her breathing noisy? Yes. I need you to look at her chest for me to see if it's rising and falling regularly. She's breathing, but she's grunting, breathing in the face. We are coming as quickly as we can, okay? I'll do like some driving.
Crew's 5 minutes away, or we're 5 minutes away. They should be there by now. But really, these patients need quick management.
Without a heartbeat, the human body can store between 3 to 5 minutes worth of oxygen. But after that, the brain and major organs begin to shut down.
You're right.
5 minutes after he received the call, Mitch arrives at the scene.
Okay. You're right, guys. How you doing? Keep her on the side.
Yeah. She's had 3 shots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no drugs given. GCS on full
Just, you've got just a normal O2 mask. That's it. We'll just get a free flow.
45-year-old employee Jo was at work stacking shelves when she collapsed. Luckily for her, the ambulance crew arrived within 2 minutes and managed to restart her heart.
Hold on, guys. Okay. She's got a candle in.
Yes, she's got
So, keep her on the side there.
Family behind.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then work colleagues.
The paramedics have hooked Jo up to an electrocardiogram. which shows a very agitated heart rhythm.
That 12 beat, did you see anything on it? Came back to stomach.
Mitch knows there's a real chance she may rearrest again at any moment.
You okay?
Daughter-in-law, are you a daughter-in-law?
Yeah.
Come here. Okay. What's the name?
Jade.
Jade. She's obviously had a cardiac event where they've had to defibrillate her, okay? So she's quite poorly, but we're looking after her. It's good that she's away.
Yeah.
Joe's brain was deprived of oxygen for several minutes, which has left her confused. Mitch needs to calm her down to minimise the stress on her heart.
I need you to sort of be around and talk to her.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you go behind my colleague there,
Yeah, yeah.
you just talk to her. Just.
Joe, we've got Jade here for you.
Jade's here.
The team now need to get Joe to hospital as quickly as possible.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Advance. Mind your toes.
Go on,
Watch
come on,
your-
full there, go on,
Okay, lovely. Okay, so guys, can we go a little bit further over that way and then put her on her side? Okay, because if she vomits,
It's 26 minutes since Joe had a cardiac arrest, but Mitch knows the window for her rearresting is still wide open.
have we got a little cushion for her for underneath? You know, can I just insist that we keep her on the defib? Sorry, we need to know what's happening, don't we?
The cardiac monitor contains a defibrillator, which can be used to deliver an electrical shock if her heart rearrests.
You ready for a quick update?
9-8, yep, go ahead. I've got Rocket 1132, if that's correct.
Yeah, female, appears to be in her 50s. I can confirm some details, but looking to go to PCI centre. Would you mind just seeing which is the closest? We're thinking city.
6 minutes after he arrived on scene, Mitch has his patient packaged and ready to leave. He radios control to report on her condition.
Yeah, currently GCS 14, heart rate 120, BP 118/86.
You are in Old aren't you? So yes, I'd agree that probably City is your closest.
Nice one. Cheers, Mucker. Yeah, we'll alert direct and appreciate it for that.
There is a real chance of Joe rearresting, so Mitch will travel with her to continue giving emergency care throughout the 4-mile journey.
So, guys, what we're going to do is, if she has another arrest, we're going to do 3 stack shocks if needs be, OK? Happy with that?
Yeah, sound like
OK.
We'll be with Sorry, Joe. Joe, how are you feeling? With pain.
Liam, just nice and smooth, mate. What we're going to do is we're going to do a cannulation in a bit, but I'll tell you when it is and we'll just pull over slightly, OK? OK, we're just going to put a little needle in your arm, OK, lovely.
The cannula will allow Mitch to administer painkillers directly into her bloodstream, as well as prepping her for immediate treatment at hospital.
Yeah, that's probably from the compressions on your chest. Going to get you sorted, lovely. You're doing really well, OK.
Just 4 minutes later, they arrive at hospital,
Good skills, top marks.
where Mitch delivers his still critically ill but now stable patient to the waiting emergency doctors.
From when we got there, we were met by the crew and they'd reported that they'd just got a ROSC on her, so that sort of really changes the game plan for us. The crew were like literally 2 minutes away, delivered the shock straight away. Her heart was in such a rhythm that it gives the potential to go back into cardiac arrest, and there is like a window of where the heart is like sort of agitated and actually it's quite likely they may go into arrest again. But on the same note, it was like a really good outcome.